Have you noticed it? That slight shuffling when you walk across the parking lot? The smaller, more cautious steps? Maybe someone held a door open a little longer than necessary, or offered you their arm when you didn't think you needed it? That shuffle is a signal, not of age, not of weakness, but of something very specific happening in your glutes that can be reversed. And here's what most women don't realize. This isn't about getting older. It's about a predictable muscle shutdown that happens when your glutes stop firing correctly. The good news? You can fix this. Today, you're going to learn exactly why your walk has changed, what's really happening in your hips and glutes, and the specific steps to restore that strong, confident stride you remember. Just like Barbara, 71, who went from feeling invisible and fragile to walking into her daughter's wedding with her head high and her gait powerful. This isn't complicated, but it is essential. Let me tell you about Patricia. She's 67, a retired school principal who spent 30 years commanding classrooms with presence and authority. About 2 years ago, she started noticing something that terrified her. Her morning walks around the neighborhood felt different. Her steps were shorter. Her feet barely left the ground. She caught her reflection in a store window one afternoon and didn't recognize her own walk. It looked timid, uncertain, old. Patricia told me she started declining lunch dates with friends. She'd make excuses to avoid walking through crowded restaurants. The thought of people watching her shuffle past tables made her stomach turn. She felt like she was disappearing, becoming the invisible senior citizen she'd always promised herself she'd never be. Her daughter noticed too, asking gently if everything was okay, if maybe she needed a cane. That question broke something inside Patricia. She wasn't ready to be that person yet. What Patricia didn't know, what most women don't realize, is that this shuffle isn't inevitable. It's not just aging. It's a very specific biomechanical breakdown that starts in your glutes. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly why most people never fix this, why the standard advice actually makes it worse. See, your glutes, especially your gluteus maximus and gluteus medius, are the powerhouse muscles responsible for hip extension and stabilization. When you walk with confidence, with that full stride you remember from your 40s and 50s, your glutes fire with each step, propelling you forward, keeping your pelvis stable, maintaining your balance. But here's what happens. As we spend more time sitting, as we unconsciously compensate for minor aches and pains, as we become slightly more cautious, our glutes essentially go to sleep. Neurologically, your body starts recruiting other muscles to do the work your glutes should be doing. This creates a cascade. Your hip flexors tighten, your lower back compensates, your steps shorten because your body instinctively knows it's less stable. And that shorter stride, that's the shuffle. It's not weakness of will. It's not surrender to age. It's dormant glutes and the compensation patterns that follow. And here's the truth that's hard to hear. This shuffle makes you vulnerable. Shorter steps mean less ground clearance. Less ground clearance means higher trip risk. It means slower reaction time when you need to catch yourself. It means your center of gravity shifts, your balance deteriorates, and suddenly the world feels less safe. You start planning your routes around handrails and avoiding uneven sidewalks. Your world quietly shrinks. Now let me tell you what most people get completely wrong about this. They think the solution is to walk more. Just get out there, they say. Move those legs. Build endurance. But here's the problem. If your glutes aren't firing correctly, walking more just reinforces the dysfunction. You're practicing the shuffle. You're getting better at compensating. You're strengthening the wrong patterns. The second myth, that you need complicated gym equipment or an expensive trainer to fix this. Women tell me all the time they can't do anything about their walk because they don't have access to a gym, or they're not strong enough for weight training, or it's too late to build muscle at their age. Every single part of that is wrong. Your glutes respond to activation and resistance at any age. The research is crystal clear on this. Women in their 70s, 80s, even 90s can wake up dormant glutes and restore functional strength. So what actually works? Let me break this down into what you need to understand. First, you need glute activation. This means teaching your nervous system to recruit your glute muscles again. Most women have spent years with their glutes essentially offline. So the first step isn't strength, it's connection. Simple exercises like glute bridges, where you lie on your back, knees bent, and lift your hips toward the ceiling, specifically target this mind-muscle connection. You're not trying to set records, you're trying to feel your glutes doing the work. Second, you need hip extension strength. This is the movement that propels you forward when you walk. Every powerful step you take requires your glutes to extend your hip, to push your leg behind you. When your glutes are weak, your hip extension is limited, your stride shortens, and the shuffle appears. Exercises like standing hip extensions, where you hold a counter for balance and press one leg straight back, directly address this. Third, you need lateral stability. Your gluteus medius, the muscle on the side of your hip, keeps your pelvis level when you're standing on one leg. And walking is just a series of standing on one leg. When your gluteus medius is weak, your hip drops with each step, you wobble, and your body shortens your stride to feel safer. Side-lying leg lifts and standing hip abduction exercises wake up this critical stabilizer. Quick note, if you want all of this laid out for you step by step, I put together a complete guide called The Strong Stride Blueprint for Women Over 60. Everything you need in one place. Check the pinned comment below and grab it. Fourth, you need to retrain your walking pattern itself. Once your glutes are activated and stronger, you need to consciously practice a full stride. This means focusing on pushing off with your back foot, really using that hip extension you've been building. It means allowing your heel to strike first and rolling through your foot. It means standing tall, shoulders back, and taking up space with your movement. At first, this feels unnatural, almost exaggerated. That's because your body has adapted to the shuffle. You're overriding years of compensation. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 73, and when she started working on her glutes, she couldn't do a single proper glute bridge. Her lower back did all the work, but she started small. She practiced just squeezing her glutes while sitting in a chair at red lights when she was driving. Sounds simple, maybe even silly, but she was rebuilding that neural connection. Within 2 weeks, she could feel her glutes activate during bridges. Within 6 weeks, she was doing standing hip extensions while brushing her teeth every morning. At 3 months, her husband told her something that made her cry. "You're walking like you used to. I got my Margaret back." She hadn't realized how much her changed gait had affected not just how others saw her, but how she saw herself. The fifth element is consistency over intensity. This isn't about punishing workouts. It's about daily activation. 5 to 10 minutes every single day beats an hour once a week. Your nervous system needs repetition to rewire. Your muscles need regular stimulus to stay engaged. Most women see noticeable changes in their walk within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent, simple glute work. Now, let's talk about how you apply this starting today. First action step, do glute bridges every morning before you get out of bed. Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up. Hold for 3 seconds. Lower down. Do 10 of these. This takes 90 seconds and wakes up your glutes for the entire day. The common fear here is, what if I hurt my back? The key is to initiate the movement from your glutes, not your lower back. Think about squeezing your buttocks together first, then lifting. If you feel it in your back, pause, reset, and focus on the glute squeeze. Second action step, practice standing hip extensions while doing routine tasks. Brushing your teeth, washing dishes, waiting for coffee to brew. Hold the counter with both hands, stand on one leg, and press the other leg straight back. Squeeze your glute at the top. 10 repetitions each leg. Do this twice a day. The fear? I'll lose my balance and fall. That's why you hold on with both hands. You're in complete control. As you get stronger, you can hold with just one hand, but there's no rush. Third action step, add side leg lifts 3 times a week. Lie on your side on your bed or a mat. Bottom leg bent for stability, top leg straight. Lift your top leg toward the ceiling, keeping your toes pointing forward, not up. This prevents your hip from rotating and ensures your gluteus medius does the work. 10 to 15 repetitions each side. The fear is, this seems too easy to make a difference. Trust the process. You're retraining neural pathways. The burn you might not feel today will come as you add repetitions and truly engage the right muscles. Fourth action step. Consciously practice your stride during one walk per day. Just one. Focus on standing tall, pushing off with your back foot, and taking full steps. You might only do this consciously for 5 minutes before it feels tiring. That's fine. You're building new motor patterns. Over time, this becomes automatic again. Fifth action step. Measure your progress and how you feel, not just what you see. Notice if you're walking faster to answer the door. Notice if curbs feel less intimidating. Notice if you're choosing the stairs more often. These small shifts are proof your glutes are coming back online. Linda, 69, recently told me she realized her glutes were working again when she chased her grandson across the park without thinking about it. She didn't plan it, didn't psych herself up, she just moved. That spontaneous confidence in her body's ability, that's what we're after. So here's where we are. You can keep shuffling. You can keep shortening your stride, feeling invisible, planning your life around avoiding stairs and uneven ground. You can let that gap between who you are and how you move keep widening. Or you can spend a few minutes every single day reactivating the muscles that give you power, stability, and presence. You can walk into rooms like you belong there. You can move through the world without that whisper of fear that you'll trip, that you'll wobble, that someone will see you as frail. This isn't vanity. This is safety. This is independence. This is the difference between asking for help and offering it, between worrying your children and reassuring them, between feeling like your body is betraying you and knowing your body still responds to what you ask of it. Everything I just shared and more is waiting for you right now in the pinned comment below. Click it. Get the complete guide. Because your walk tells the world who you are, and you deserve to tell them you're still strong, still confident, still here. Don't wait. You have more strength in you than you've been allowed to use. Let's bring it back.